I'm Olivia from Wilkinson Cameras, and today Fujifilm have launched 4 brand new products: the GFX 100S Mark II, the GFX 500mm f5.6 LM OIS WR lens, and the X-T50 with the new XF 16-50mm f2.8 to 4.8 RLM lens. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the new GFX 100S Mark II and the GF 500mm f5.6 lens. But if you want to know all about the X-T50 and the XF 16-50mm lens, then I've covered these in a separate video. Head to the link in the corner or in the description box below. Fujifilm have very kindly invited us to Port Lympne Safari Park in Kent to try these new releases. As there's 4 brand new products, this doesn't really leave much time to really or thoroughly test them out. So in this video, I'll be giving an overview of what the GFX 100S Mark II is all about and covering the exciting new GF 500mm, but I'll do a proper full review video in a few weeks' time. The GFX 100S Mark II is a scaled down and more affordable version of the GFX 100 Mark II, which allows professional photographers, enthusiasts and creatives to step up from full frame systems into the medium format super high resolution world. The GFX 100S Mark II provides high image quality in detail, dynamic range and overall image quality without compromising too much on the performance. It's launching at $4,999, which is £2,000 less than the GFX 100 Mark II, and really represents very good value for a 102 megapixel medium format camera with lots of features found in the 100 Mark II. We've done a video previously covering all the features of the GFX 100 Mark II, I'll link below for you. So give that a watch if you're completely new to the GFX world or to the GFX 100. Because in this video, I'm going to mostly tell you how the GFX 100S Mark II differs from the 100 Mark II. In many ways, it's very similar, but it is a scaled back version where we see differences in the sensor, EVF, continuous shooting specifications, card slots, video specifications, inputs, and a minor cosmetic change to the grip. The GFX 100S2 has a 102 megapixel BSI CMOS 2 sensor, which provides incredibly rich resolution and image quality. This is a slightly different sensor as the 100 Mark II. That has a high-speed version of the sensor with a faster readout speeds. I suspect this will lead to more noticeable rolling shutter in the S. The S can shoot up to 7 frames per second mechanical shutter versus 8 in the Mark II, so you'll be beginning to see how the S is a pared back version of the original 100 Mark II. Both the latest X processor 5, so autofocus, speed, accuracy, subject detection and tracking will be on point. We experienced this firsthand when reviewing the GFX 100 II, and it was just incredible for both stills and video. The Face IAF is incredibly attentive and clings to the eye. There's 20 film simulations, including the new Reala Ace, which I love. Pixel Shift Multi-Shot is also an option, 100 megapixels for incredibly accurate colour or 400 megapixels for mega high resolution. The ergonomics and overall designs are pretty much the same. The S Mark II grip material has been upgraded to a leather Bitumen Tex pattern, I hope I'm saying that right, improving the grip and comfort. It's slightly lighter at 883 grams, including the SD card and battery. It features a smaller EVF with a fixed 5.76 million dot OLED colour viewfinder with a 0.84x magnification. It has the same 3.2 inch 2.36 million dot three-way tilting touch LCD screen and the LCD panel on the top. It also takes the MPW235 battery, which we had no issues with when filming with the GFX 100 Mark II. It features the same in-body image stabilisation as found in the 100 II, up to 8 stops in camera. This was such an impressive feature when we tested the 100 Mark II, and I'm so glad that this wasn't cut from the S to save weight or keep costs down. For memory cards, the 100S Mark II has a dual UHS-2 card slot with no CF Express Type B slot like there is on the 100 II. I don't have the exact specifications available to me today, but this does mean your buffer will be a lot smaller and probably slower to refresh. But it's not been a problem for me today, and honestly, I wouldn't want it to be racking up too many 102 megapixel raw images anyway. But this is something to bear in mind. For ports, it's pretty much the same as the GFX 102, but there is no full-size HDMI, just a micro. It's also not compatible with the cooling fan accessory. When I get onto the video specifications, you'll probably see why the micro HDMI and lack of cooling fan aren't going to be a problem. You will have a 3.5mm mic and headphone jack, a USB-C with power delivery, and a built-in frame I/O for connectivity. Video is the biggest difference between the GFX 102 and the new GFX 100S Mark II. The S2 only supports 4K 30p, Full HD 60p and 422 10-bit, whereas the 100 Mark II has 8K 30p, 4K 60p and Full HD 120p, all in 422 10-bit. So a huge difference in specifications. This makes sense for the difference in ports. The GFX 102 needs the full HDMI and it's more likely to need a cooling fan to support things like 8K and 4K 60p. This doesn't mean that the S Mark II isn't still a capable video camera. You can still capture stunning 4K video with high detail and accurate colours. You still have the choice of filming in F-Log and F-Log2 internal or ProRes and Blackmagic via HDMI. Some improvements in video are the additional waveform, vector scope, record frame indicator, IS mode boost, zebra settings, Atomos wireless timecode and frame I/O to cloud. Same as the GFX 102, there's up to 8 stops of IBIS, which is great for handheld shooting. Again, I tested this on the GFX 102, it was remarkable. Now for me as a videographer, the S Mark II wouldn't give me enough to work with. I really enjoy 4K 60p, so I have more creative choice in speeds and framing. So where the GFX 102 is a true hybrid medium format, I'd say the 100S Mark II is a stills first camera. And if you're mostly a stills photographer, then you're not paying for a load of video features you don't need. And they're the main differences between the two. If you're a professional or enthusiast that shoots with the top end full frame models, then this camera will be a great opportunity to try medium format. Or if you simply don't need the video features and big buffer that the GFX 102 has to offer, then this is a great choice. At $4,999 at launch, this is such a lot of camera for the money, and I think it might be a camera which sees a lot more photographers move into medium format. Obviously, you'll have seen that I've been using the GFX 100S Mark II with the new GF 500mm lens. So here is a quick overview of that. The GF 500mm F5.6 LM OIS WR gives a full frame equivalent of 396mm lens. So let's call it a 400mm lens. This is the longest Fujifilm GF lens to date, and it will be a very popular lens for wildlife and sports photographers. First thing to know, it's remarkably small for a 500mm medium format lens and is just shy of 1.4 kilos. It's not ridiculously heavy, it's not light, but relatively speaking, it's not bad. It's also rear weighted, so it's nicely balanced and allows for much better maneuvering when panning. It's compatible with GF 1.4 times teleconverter, which gives a 554mm full frame equivalent view. The filter thread is 95mm, it has a minimum focus of 2.75 meters and it's weather resistant, so you're covered for all challenging weather conditions. There's an Arca Swiss compatible lens foot allowing you to mount to tripods or monopods as well. For silent and fast focusing, Fujifilm have used a linear motor within the lens. There's 21 elements in 14 groups, including 5 ED and 2 Super ED. The results are super sharp and high resolution images. There's also focus limiter and focus memory functions. What a mouthful. Moving on to prices. The lens launches at $3,499, and obviously there's not that many comparable lenses, but I think this seems fair for a medium format telephoto prime lens. And when paired with the GFX 100S Mark II, it's a monster setup for wildlife and sports photography. So that's it for today's quick overview of the new GFX 100S Mark II and the GF 500mm f5.6 LM OIS WR lens. Honestly, I've been at the zoo for a few hours now and it's been brilliant. I've absolutely loved using this combination, especially the 500mm, because in this particular zoo, the animals are miles and miles and miles away. So with this reach and the medium format sensor, the resolution, the reach, honestly, combined, beautiful. Absolutely love it. The usability of the actual GFX 100S2 is very similar to the 102, so that didn't bother me whatsoever. With the 500mm, you've got a focus limiter switch, you've got an OIS switch, you've got an AF preset and AFL switch, as well as a set switch. So you've got plenty of buttons to choose from, alongside an aperture ring and a manual focus ring, and 3 custom buttons as well. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. If you are investing in medium format, I would highly recommend, especially if you do wildlife or sports photography, to invest in this amazing 500mm lens. Honestly, I can't preach about it enough. It is amazing. That is my new word for this video, amazing. What do you think? Is this what you were expecting from Fujifilm? Is this what you wanted from a new GFX camera? Will this be your step into medium format? Let me know in the comments, and also let me know what you want to see or know in our full review video coming in a few weeks' time. And we'll try our very best to answer your questions. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel. Also head over to our first looks video of the X-T50 and the 16-50mm lens. I'll pop a link in the description box below. Thanks for watching.